All right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Scooby Baby, most normal dude on movie YouTube, and I am back with another video. Today, I'm putting two movies head to head in a death match to see how they stack up against each other. I did one of these movie battle formats before when I did Dune vs. Eternals, and that was probably my most popular video. I got like 100+ views on that, which for me, for your boy, is like selling out a damn arena. So we're trying this again, and we're trying to ride this Batman energy and get all of you bandwagoners to give me some juice and give me some views and comments. So let's get into it. We're gonna do the new movie, The Batman. And you can't help but really see how does this stack up against the other Batmans, especially the Christopher Nolan movies, right? Like, it was so recent that they did another Batman movie. So how does this stack up? A lot of y'all got some recency bias, I'm gonna be honest with you, where you're just like, oh yeah, it's the #1 movie. This was perfect, better than anything Christopher Nolan or Christian Bale did ever. Then some of you are maybe too stuck in the past, a little, too nostalgic, and you're just like, it doesn't even come close. So let's answer the question of how does it actually stack up against Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan's Batman. I picked the Batman I think it is the closest to in stature, and that is, drumroll, The Dark Knight Rises. Yes, the iconic Bane and end of the epic trilogy. So we're going to do this the same way I did the last battle. 5 rounds, 1 point per round. Winner at the end is the better movie. We're going to do story, characters, visuals, X Factor, and then to finish it off in the final round, did it work? So all right, man, I've talked enough. Let's get into it. The Batman versus The Dark Knight Rises. Oh, bro, hold up a second. Hold up. For anybody out there that's like, oh, well, why are you doing The Dark Knight Rises? That movie's trash. No, it's not. All y'all are tripping if you think that movie is trash. And if you think The Batman is close to The Dark Knight with the Joker, please, just stop. Just stop. Go rewatch it. You're wrong. So we're doing The Dark Knight Rises. Trust me, it's the right call. Bye. All right, so round 1, we got story. It's kind of funny that we would start here because between both movies, story is definitely the weakest part of both of them, I would say. Now, let's start with the Batman because I'd say the first hour is really clean, very, very strong. But let me be clear. By the end of this movie, this story has gone completely off the rails. I know we all really like the grounded detective Batman. It feels like the Batman in the movie Seven. But by the end, this makes no damn sense. So don't try to convince yourself that it does because there's a few riddles in between, okay? It's nonsense. But listen, if we're talking about The Dark Knight Rises, nah, yo, like that is making no sense from the very beginning because there are so many scenes in The Dark Knight Rises where you have to give the side eye and just be like, damn, does that make any sense at all? Like, let's think about it. The logistics of the travel, how much time is passing throughout the movie doesn't really connect or make sense. The whole blood transfusion nonsense at the beginning on the plane, like what? And then, come on, let's not even get into the autopilot ending, but yeah, okay, so it's not even close. The Batman takes it. There's so much going on in the first 2 hours that is really working well for the Batman that this is an easy swashbuckling in round 1. The Batman takes story. All right, y'all, for characters, let's keep it real simple. Who's the better Batman? I would say it's Robert Pattinson. Who's the better Bruce Wayne, though? I say it's Christian Bale by a mile. He is the perfect Bruce Wayne. Who's better Catwoman? I'd say Zoe Kravitz, way better casting. She looks the part. She brings such a good physicality to him. They have such a good chemistry. But I personally really like Anne Hathaway's dialogue better. And I like what they have her do a little bit better. So I like that character a little better. So I'll say it's a wash. Jeffrey Wright as Jim Gordon, he was dope. Very good. But have you forgotten about Gary Oldman? Man, that really felt like Jim Gordon in the moment. I'll accept nothing more than it's a wash. And then if we want to get into what it's really about, okay, Alfred, Michael Caine. I'm not even going to mention fake Alfred's name because Alfred is Michael Caine. Michael Caine is Alfred. They are one. And then if we want to talk about the Riddler, okay, the Riddler is where it gets like interesting. This is really where I think the tiebreaker comes down to is the villains. The Riddler was dope. He was smart. He was scary. That first scene, masterpiece. He's absolutely terrifying. And it brought a horror element to a Batman villain that I had never seen before. But Bane was iconic. Yes, he's memeable. Yes, sometimes you can't understand what he's saying, but you just gotta really appreciate the highs that he reaches. Tom Hardy was going for it, man. I will just give him, he's the sixth man off the bench shooting whenever he gets in the game. And I appreciate that, man. His dialogue is just so crazy. His high moments are just so high. You just gotta ride that, man. The Bane is dope as hell. Go back and watch it. And I think they underutilized the Riddler a little bit, man. They gave away too much in the trailer too. It's Bane, man. I'm sorry, but characters, that is going to Dark Knight Rises. Alright, so visuals. I think Christopher Nolan did an excellent job with visuals. There are so many cool shots, so many good action scenes. It was definitely the best bat suit to date at the time. The bat tank? Epic. We all love the bat tank, the bat plane. Felt like, you know, army type stuff, like heavy artillery Batman. Loved it. But Matt Reeves, man, Matt Reeves took all of that to a whole new level. Now, this is by far the best bat suit to me. The amount of time you see him just walking around in the bat suit in the middle of the day, basically, it should look silly as hell, but it doesn't. It looks pretty dope still. And that is just how good the design is. Even just how they like opened up the cowl. It looks great. The muscle car, Batmobile, right up there with the bat tank. Different look, but fire. The best action scenes that I've seen. The action looks amazing in this movie. Best fight scenes by far too. I mean, best Catwoman too. I mean, literally everything looks so good. But most importantly, okay, this has got to be the best Gotham. Better than maybe even Tim Burton's Gotham. It feels like its own character. Just the constant rain, the dark, everywhere, just covered in shadows. It feels like anything could pop out at any time. And Batman's not the only scary person, monster lurking in the shadows. It really felt like its own character. Gotham absolutely felt alive, and it made it feel like this is exactly where all of this would happen if it was going to happen anywhere. So yeah, visuals, the Batman by a country mile. All right, so let's talk X Factor. For the Batman, I chose a stylistic choice to go with a grounded detective Batman. And then for Dark Knight Rises, I chose the fact that they were able to wrap up such an epic franchise with a tidy, neat little bow. So let's start with the Batman. This is the Batman that we all wanted, right? This is the grounded detective Batman, greatest detective on the planet Earth. We get to see him actually just solve a murder mystery like it's our favorite true crime doc. And we all liked it, right? We all loved it. It made it feel so real. This felt like a Batman that was possible. So possible that even the fight scenes look better because of it. Even if I'm going to nitpick that he got shot like a billion times. But regardless, it all just felt like something that could actually happen. He's even kind of skinny in this. He's not jacked at all. So did they nail it? I think mostly. I do think there are some flaws. I think that at times it takes a little bit of the fun out of it when you have 3 hours of trying to show how real something could be. So I thought, you know, sometimes a little camp is a little fun, and this didn't have a lot of that. Then also, I felt like sometimes the individual clues were more plot drivers than actual parts of a mystery. I wasn't that invested in individual clues as they came up. I still really love the style. I can't wait to see what they do next with it. I hope they don't get away from it too much in the following movies. But overall, I thought it was really good. But let's talk about The Dark Knight Rises, all right? Because this is just not given enough credit about how this is also realistic in its own way. Okay, this is not just some regular Batman. This is a Batman that was thought out. This is a Batman that we saw his origin. We saw him get trained by professional ninjas. We saw his approach when he got to Gotham, okay? He wants to take out organized crime. He doesn't want to just beat up random criminals and pickpockets on the street. He wants to eliminate organized crime, and that's exactly what he does. So that's where we find ourselves at the beginning of Dark Knight Rises. So when Bane comes back and brings organized crime at a whole new level, guess who else got to come back? The Batman got to come back and save his city, and gosh darn it, that's exactly what he does. So I don't think it's given enough credit about how this Batman makes sense over the course of the 3 movies. And they're all really good movies. I think this one might be the weakest one, and it's still such a good watch. So it's going to be an unpopular decision, but I'm giving the slight edge in the X Factor round to The Dark Knight Rises. Sorry, y'all, it's not your video. All right, last round, y'all. Did this work? Did these movies work? Let's start with The Batman. Yes, absolutely. This is a really great movie. Great casting, amazing score, and a creative new take on a character we all know and love. But it still has flaws. Y'all can argue with me all you want, but 3 hours is long as hell, and it definitely felt like 3 hours by the end of it. And it just didn't need to be that long. If you shortened a few scenes or took maybe a couple plot points out, it would be the same movie, but better. Also, that stinger scene they put at the end was just unforgivable for me. Like, they didn't even put it after the credits. Like, trash. I understand also that this is a dark, gritty, and serious Batman, but he's still a damn superhero. We're allowed to have some fun with this. So when you take too much of the fun out of it, I don't know. It doesn't totally work for me. But I'll be honest, this is far more consistent of the two movies. Then on the other hand, there's The Dark Knight Rises, which is a far more flawed movie. The fact that it manages to have a plot that is so nonsensical is at one point just impressive. It's definitely a little all over the place. But the highs, man, those highs are just so damn high. Bane's speeches, Alfred crying as he confesses to Bruce, Bruce climbing out of the pit after having his back broke, and then the entire end sequence? Are you serious? So when this movie is really on, man, it flies and it soars. So, which one worked better? Which one actually worked better? I think it, honest to God, comes down to preference, y'all. And I know you don't want to hear that, but it comes down to preference. Do you like the slow, methodical, more consistent version in The Batman? Or do you want to ride the roller coaster that is The Dark Knight Rises? Me personally, I'm taking that wild ride every damn time. These are superheroes movies, y'all. We're allowed to have fun with it. We should have as much fun as we want. They should be wild and epic and ambitious. And that's exactly what Christopher Nolan set out to do in all 3 of his movies. And that's why it's one of the greatest trilogies ever. Not just superhero trilogies, trilogies ever. So I'm sorry, but my winner, and by a hair, mind you, it was really close, but my winner is The Dark Knight Rises. So that's my video, guys. I hope you liked it. I kind of want to do a few more of these movie battles. So if you have some recommendations about movies that you want to see in a battle, please let me know. You already know the deal. Please just drop a comment. Let me know if you disagree. I know a lot of y'all going to disagree. But rewatch the movie before you argue with me, bro. Okay? That's all I'm saying. All right? I'm Scooby Baby, the most normal dude on movie YouTube. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'll see you soon, all right? Peace out.